Okay, and we're back into the game again. This will be episode number 4 on this in this playlist. I apologize for those who may have watched the first 2 episodes. I had the resolution set on this computer at 1920 by 1080p, and after episode 2, from the third episode on, I've now turned the resolution down because my graphics card in this old computer is not able to handle this game, and it caused my graphics card to get extremely hot to the point where I thought that I had ruined it. So I tuned everything down to the very lowest settings, and so as a result the game probably doesn't look as well as you would like it to look when you're watching these videos, and I apologize for that, but unfortunately for the time being there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not in a position to buy a new graphics card at this point in time. Okay, on to the game. In the last episode I had unlocked a few things. Let me lie down here on the sleeping pad, open up the evolution window so we can see if I have some more. Oh, that's odd. I thought I had unlocked. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 6 reinforcement points. I thought I had unlocked a couple more just before I logged out yesterday, or at the end of the last episode, but apparently I'm mistaken. So, okay, let me get out of this window and let's go back to learning and trying to unlock some of these neurons. I noticed that when I tried to examine these thorn bushes over here, these bushes with the spiky thorns and whatnot on them, I'm able to identify it as a question mark when I open up my knowledge or my intelligence window here. As you can see, it shows me a question mark, meaning this is something that I don't know what it is. But yet I'm not able to discover what it is yet. Perhaps I need to advance a little further in the game. I'm not 100% sure what's going on right here with this. Why I'm not able to discover what it is yet. Right now I'm using my sense of smell to identify stuff and gain a little bit of XP that way, neuronal energy. I haven't been using my senses as much as I should at this early stage of the game, and so that's why I haven't been able to unlock some of these things yet. Basically because of failure on my part to use my tools enough. There's something up there. I'm not sure what it is, so let's focus on it and let's memorize it. And let's see if I can climb up there and figure out what this is. Oh, it looks like I found a coconut in this tree. Let's come down here to a clear area so you guys can see what I'm doing. Press and hold Q. New food discovery, cocos. Let's switch hands. And now I have the choice, the option there on the right, on the left, alter or switch hands. I just switched it to my left hand, freeing up my right hand, so I think I can alter it now with my empty hand. Let's see what happens. Press and hold the space bar, and then press and hold the left mouse button and wait for the audio cue. It looks like he's peeling it. Oh, so I stripped the coconut. I switch it back to the right hand, and now we're going to inspect it again. Okay, so now I have the seed, the coconut itself, that was in the cocoa fruit. I don't have an option to eat it in this state. Right now I'm holding it in its right hand, but there's no option to eat it, so apparently I've got to do something else with it. And I'm going to assume, since it's a hard nut, I'm going to assume that I need to whack it with a rock. So let's switch it to my other hand, and I'm going to come over here, and if I can highlight one of these rocks, I'll move over here to a clear area so you guys can see what I'm doing. And now I'm going to try to alter it with the rock. Well, that didn't work so good. I smashed the crap out of it. I'm going to put this rock down. I'm going to go back and see if I can get another coconut and try again. Okay, so I altered it the first time by peeling it. And I haven't peeled it enough. Do it a couple more times. Okay, so I peeled it. I now have the nut from the center, the coconut itself. Oh, I forgot I gotta switch hands. And let's try something here. And With my sharpened stick, I don't get an option to alter the coconut. So let's put the stick back down. Switch hands, and I'm going to drop that coconut. And I'm thinking that just a regular rock is not the tool that I need. I'm thinking that I need something that's been altered already. One rock, I need to smack one of the rocks with another rock to create some kind of tool that I would be able to use to crack open that nut or poke a hole in it or something. So let me examine this. If I remember right, let's say, I think that's a piece of granite. Switch hands, and then pick up this other one. Now let's see what we can do here. Well, that didn't work so well. We'll switch hands again. I'm going to end up using up all my rocks here. Okay, so I've altered one piece of obsidian with, used two pieces of obsidian and altered one of them. Let me switch hands and examine the one that I just created. Okay, so this is a scraper. I don't think a scraper is going to work. Switch hands, drop the one that's not altered. I'm going to keep the scraper in my hand. Grab my nut, switch hands, and let's see what we can do here. Well, that wasn't so smart. I broke my nut. I broke the coconut. Lost it. I'll put both of those down, and I remember seeing a third kind of stone, a third kind of rock that was out here along this little ledge that I walk along over here. I believe it was basalt, if I remember correctly. Take two of them. And let's see if we use 2 pieces of basalt, one on the other, and let's see what I do. Alright, let's put this piece of basalt down. And I've got to go drink some water. You saw the warning flash there, and there's an icon now over on the left lower area where the icons for the buffs and debuffs appear. It now indicates that I'm lacking water. Okay, I no longer see the yellow flashing as I'm drinking the water. That means I don't need any more water. And we still don't have any berries. Go over here and try a mushroom. Every time I eat a mushroom, I get a sick stomach. And I thought that if I kept eating the mushrooms, I would eventually develop a tolerance to them. But that doesn't seem to be happening. And I'm going to have to make another trip out to get some more basalt. And this time I'm going to take my stick with me. If I can highlight it, there we go. It's one thing that irritates me about the mechanics in this game. When I'm trying to get close to something and I move the camera left, right, and up and down, I'm having difficulty highlighting the things that I'm trying to pick up. It's difficult to aim, is what I'm trying to say. It's difficult to highlight. Like right now, you can see that grass stem that's right there by his hand. It's lying on the ground, and it's now highlighted. I don't want to highlight that. I want to highlight one of the rocks. So I keep trying to move him a little forward, an inch at a time, move over left and right, and now I finally can highlight one of the rocks. But it seems the interface, I mean the mechanics seems clunky as far as me being able to highlight the one that I want when I have multiple items in close proximity like that. Anyway, the reason I brought the stick is because I remembered that these rocks over here that I had examined the other day, these are liftable rocks, and I know that with the stick in my hand, you now see I have the option to lift. I can use the stick to try to lift this rock up, and we'll discover what's under the stick. I mean, under the rock. And I matured a neuron, the motricity tree. Let me move the stick to my other hand here, and I'll highlight whatever's under here. And let's see, Q to examine. Oh, it's a rock, and it doesn't, I'm not learning anything new, so this is one of the same type that I already learned. It looks like that's a piece of basalt, which is what I came out here for anyway, so I thought there'd be something like, you know, some edible bugs or something growing under the rock. So let me switch hands and put this sharp stick down. And there's my my interface is showing me that I'm tired. You saw the black shadowy type thing that came from the top and the bottom and closed off most of the screen. That's an indication that I'm tired. So I'll come over here, lie down. It's 2 minutes after 8, so I'm going to go ahead and sleep all the way till morning. Otherwise, I'll be doing this stuff in the dark, which I can do, but it makes it harder for you to view it on the video. I know on the video with this lower resolution that I'm using, it makes things difficult to see when the lighting is poor. And there's dawn, and it's at my daily regime there, the food, water, and sleep. It shows my food is a little depleted. I'll go munch on something here real quick. There's still no berries. I'll eat one of these. Now I want to try to pick up the basalt that I dropped earlier. I think it's that one. And now let's see if we can alter. Switch hands, and I'll try to alter the basalt by using the obsidian on it. See if that works. Well, that didn't work at all. Now when I altered the obsidian, it made a grinder. So now I have a piece of that granite that was on the other side of the water over there, and I'm going to switch hands. I want to see what happens when I alter the granite with the piece of obsidian. Okay, I've made a new one. Switch hands, and we'll inspect this item. Now I made a granite grinder. Okay, so I have a grinder, a granite grinder. I also made an obsidian grinder. No, it was an obsidian scraper, if I remember right. Okay, so I have a grinder and a scraper. And I don't think I can grind the coconut. I don't think I can scrape the coconut. So I'm thinking it has to be the basalt, that other rock, that other type of rock that I found out there. That has to be the thing that I'm missing. I need something to crack that nut open with. And I'm wondering, is it just my lack of skill because I'm still developing my brain? Is that why I'm not able to alter these two pieces of basalt? I'll try again here. Yeah, I keep breaking the dang thing. Let's try. Yeah, I'm having trouble highlighting. Oh, I've got it in the wrong hand. I have to free up my right hand to be able to pick one up. Okay, so I've picked up a piece of granite. Let's try the granite on the basalt. No. Well, I hope that the rocks don't become hard to find. I'm using them up from these little piles that I'm discovering. And I'm assuming that they're not like the plants. I assume that the plants will replenish, they'll regrow, but when I use up these rocks, I doubt that the rocks are going to respawn. Although they might, I don't know. Alright, got another one here. So now I have the basalt in my right hand and the granite in my left. So when I do the altering, I'll be using the basalt on the granite. Let's try that. Okay, so I've learned that basalt can alter granite. But I didn't make anything new because I'd already made a granite scraper, or I'm sorry, that's a granite grinder. So I haven't created anything new, I just learned a new use for the granite, for the basalt. Maybe that's part of the sequence. Maybe I have to learn it in steps. I learned to use the basalt on another rock. Let me see, switch hands. We'll put the Okay, that's the basalt. And now I'm going to I used the basalt to make a granite grinder. Now I'm going to use the basalt on the obsidian. Maybe after doing basalt on granite, basalt on obsidian, then maybe I'll be able to use basalt on basalt. I don't know. Apparently not. heading back out here to see if I can find another piece of basalt. And I'm about ready to chuck this rock over the cliff and try something else. Because I now have no more basalt. Wait, there's some more over here. Oh, I gotta switch hands. All right. Let's see if we can use basalt on basalt. Okay, I give up. I give up for right now. I'm getting frustrated, so I'm gonna put the rock back down and I'm gonna go eat something. While I've been doing all this banging of the rocks and trying to figure out how to make a tool to open up the coconut, I noticed I had the messages on the screen indicating I've matured a couple more neurons, so I'm going to come over here and open up this window. Yeah, you see these white ones now. Initiate contextual orthostasis status. Once connected, it will be possible to detect more distant elements through the intelligence. So we'll learn that. Perception. The range for detection of odors and sounds is slightly increased. Spatial perception. The range for detection of non-edible resources is increased. Once connect equilibral, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Basically, it says once connected, it will be possible to stand upright at will to walk a few meters. So we're making some progress towards being a bipedal creature. Right now, we spend most of our time scurrying around on all fours. Equilibrioception, or something to that effect. You're probably all laughing right now in my pathetic attempt to pronounce that. Matured another one here. Carrying ability. Once connected, the ability to carry an item using both hands will be acquired. And that sounds like it'll be useful. Be able to carry bigger, heavier things. Okay, so right now I have 6 reinforcements based on how many babies I have, and I've now unlocked more than 6, so I'm going to have to make some choices. Because if I lock in 6 of these items, 6 of these neurons that I've learned, that I've unlocked and learned, if I reinforce them and then advance the generation, because I only have 6 reinforcement points, I can only lock in 6 of these white neurons. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to not be able to lock in 2 of them. I'm going to have to choose which 2 that I'm not going to lock in, and I'll lose them when I advance the generation. However, I can gain the XP back. As you see, it's not that hard to gain XP and to learn some of these neurons, unlock them and train them here at the low levels. I imagine that once we move out in this tree and get further and further out here in the branches, it's going to require more and more points of XP, more and more points of neuronal power, neuronal energy to be able to unlock them and learn them. But right now, just starting out, it seems like it's been going pretty quickly and pretty easy. So I'm not worried about having to choose 2 that I'm going to skip. So what have I got here? I've got handling, the ability to move, to drop an item while moving, the ability to switch an item from one hand to the other while moving. Actually, I think those 2 right there are not all that important based on what I'm doing right now. I haven't I haven't had any situations while I'm walking around looking at things and experimenting, trying to whack rocks against one another. I haven't had a situation come up yet where I would need to be able to drop something while I was moving. So I'm thinking these two right here sound like good candidates to be skipped and not reinforced. Oh, actually, because it's part of this branch right here, that one's going to have to be done. Okay, so I can do one more. I've used up 5 of the 6 reinforcement points. As you see down here, I have 1 left. I have body language. I can call clan members from a distance. Detection of non-edible resources has increased the range. And this one for handling, the ability to drop an item while moving. I think I'm... because this is branching off from the intelligence here. I think it's going to lead out here to more neurons dealing with intelligence. And I'm thinking it'd be a good idea to advance the intelligence branch out a little bit. I'm going to lock that one in. Okay, so I've used up my reinforcement points that I have. I have 6 babies. I could go out and look for a meteorite, but I actually don't know where it is. I've not even seen a meteorite in the game yet. I'm pretty sure there's something I have to do that'll trigger that to happen, and I haven't done it yet. So I'm not worried about it. I'm letting the game advance in whatever way it wants to advance. I'm not trying to force anything to happen by purposely going out and doing certain actions over and over and over again just to get certain results. I'm just playing the game and basically walking around and exploring. I look over in one direction, I see something interesting, I go over there and check it out. Look over in a different direction and go over there. And so I'm just kind of randomly exploring the world right now. I haven't really got a plan. Maybe as I advance more of these neurons here on these outer branches, then I'll start focusing more on certain things. Anyway, so I now have the option down here. It says change generation, and this icon right up here that I've put the cursor over is the space bar. If I press the space bar, the elders that I have currently in the clan are going to die. The adults that I have are going to become elders, and the 6 babies I have are going to become adults, and then I will have no babies, and I'll have to reform bonds between pairs, male and female pairs, couples, and mate and create more babies. So let's press the space bar and see what happens when we change the generation. I'm actually not sure how this works and what's going to happen. The neurons that have not been reinforced will lose their energy and will have to be refilled. All unborn babies will be lost. Do you want to pass a generation now? I think so. And we have a new cutscene. It kind of looks like the elder is saying goodbye to the baby. Well, we've moved on 15 years. And it says I have a spontaneous genetic mutation. A kid with a genetic mutation has fully grown up if this adult stays alive. And I wish there was a way to call these help menus back up so that I could finish reading it. It disappeared pretty quick. Okay, now if you look at the circle down here in the lower right side of the screen, the big white circle that usually flashes when I'm learning something and gaining neuronal energy, it now shows that there's no yellow colored dots to indicate babies, and I have only, looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 5 elders. The dots on the upper, if you look at where the 12 o'clock would be on the clock face, from 12 o'clock over to the right, those dots are slightly smaller. Those are the elders. And then from what would be 11 o'clock to the left, all of the dots on that portion and lower of the face are the adults. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like 6 adults, and 2, 4, I have 5 elders. So my 6 adults, hopefully I have a good ratio of males and females so that I'm able to form pairs and mate and create more babies. The ape that I was controlling, I'm still controlling the same ape, but he is now, or she actually, Gwu, GWU is the name. She's now an elder female. So let's go and find out how many males and females we have. Adult male single. You know, again, it's hard. There's another adult male single. This is an elder male. Another elder female. Adult male. A single adult female. And another single adult female. So I have at least a couple. So I've got 2. So I've got to transfer my control over here to one of these adults. And this is Door, adult male. He's single. So let's go find a single female. I don't know where this one's running off to. And this is Dom, adult male. He's single. And here's a single adult female. So let me get into the grooming window. Okay, so this couple has made a baby with a spontaneous genetic mutation in the motricity tree. Well, let me see if I can find another single fertile female, and then adult female single fertile, I'm going to switch over to her, and now I'll pair her up with one of the single males. And formed another couple. And back to our bed. Oh, and before I click on the give birth and all that, in the previous episode, I had expressed my confusion about how I had advanced so many years and so many days in the game. What I was forgetting about was when I'm doing this mating right now, and then a pregnancy, and then giving birth, and then I click the tab key to skip through the cut scene. The pregnancy lasts, I believe it's 15 months. So a year is only 12 months. So they carry the baby. Let me do the give birth thing. Let me press the key to give birth, and I'm not going to skip through the animation. I mean the cutscene this time. And we'll watch this, and I believe it shows it in here when the baby's born, how many months later it is. Yeah, say 15 months later. So when I mate and give birth to babies very quickly, like I've been doing and skipping through this cut scene, each time I'm advancing 15 months. So in the previous clan, before I skipped the generation, I had given birth to, I had 2 babies, and I gave birth to 4 more. 4 times 15 months is what, 60 months? So basically 5 years. That's how I was able, that's how the game progressed all those years and days. And I had I overlooked that and forgot about it, and that was where my confusion was coming from. For anybody that was watching that episode and listening to me express my confusion and not understanding how I had got so many years down the line and actually hadn't done anything, it was because of the skipping of the birth scene and all that. I did that multiple times, and each time it was advancing us 15 months. You guys watching it probably already knew that, and just figured I just assumed I'd figure it out on my own sooner or later, which I did. So okay, so now I have 4 babies, and I believe I have one more single female when I was looking around over here a few minutes ago. I think it's an adult male. Adult male. Adult female, but she's coupled already with somebody. Sometimes they get up and start wandering around, and I end up re-examining one that I've already examined, or missing one because they keep moving around. Okay, maybe I don't have, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adults plus the one I'm controlling, that's 6. So let me go through this list. Here's one over here, that's an elder. Okay, I'm a female Mu, MWU. This is the ape that I'm controlling right now. And then I'm looking at this. Ire is an adult female. Ah, here we go. Ash, adult female, single. Let me switch over to her. And now I've got to pair her up with a single male. And for anyone who may not already be aware of it, the elder males can mate with the adult females, but the elder females cannot mate. They cannot mate or give birth. So if I don't have another single adult male, I can use one of the elder males to bond with this this female that I'm currently controlling. There we go, Dom, adult male. Yeah, so as I was saying, each time I do this, where I mate a bonded pair and create two babies, and I skip through that cut scene when the baby, when she's giving birth, um, it indicated that she carries the baby for 15 months and then gives birth. So when I do that 2 times, that's 30 months that have gone by. That's what, 12 months in a year. 2 years would be 24 months. So that's 2.5 years that have just gone by when I just did this right here, where I mated these two times, gave birth to the two babies. That's 2.5 years have gone by in the game now. As you can see where the clock is in the center of the screen at the top, I'm on day 191 of this 27th year. And the other day in my episode that I was recording, I had noticed that I was in year, I don't remember what year it was in that episode, but it was quite a lot further along than what I expected to be, because I had forgot about the time going by during the gestation period, and so I was confused there for a little bit. Actually, I'm probably confused more than just a little bit while I'm playing this game, but I'm learning. Let me try to highlight this baby. And again, this is what I was talking about when I try to get close to things. Sometimes I have to try multiple times before I get the thing that I wanted to highlight to actually highlight. I kept highlighting this sleeping spot rather than the babies. But anyway, it is what it is. So instead of complaining about it, let's just enjoy what it does have. Oh, I'm going to come over here and eat a little bit. And drink a little bit of water. And I'm going to try to use my intelligence and my senses to start learning a little bit more about this area. I was trying to focus on that yellow diamond that was up there, and for some reason I was not able to. Maybe I need to climb up there and get a little bit closer to it. And now I don't see it. And I'm going to go over here and get a little bit of honey from the beehive. Oops, if I don't fall and hurt myself here. Okay, there's something I don't know what it is, so give me something to do. I'll wander over there and see if I can't get there without falling. We discovered a new food, an African giant mambit. I'm actually kind of stuck here in the corner of these two branches, and for some reason, there we go. I had to hop to get up and around. This is where the clan is over there, all those icons that are grouped together. So I need to get up and around over there or down this direction. And it's 2300, it's 11 o'clock at night, it's starting to get dark. So I'm going to make my way back to the clan area so that I can go to sleep advance the game to morning so that it's easier to see in this video. I know with my reduced settings that it makes it difficult for anybody observing in the video. It makes it harder to see once it gets darker in the game. Here, I brought you some fruit, and I'll give it to him, or her. I'll give it to that ape. And I'm going to lie down. Let me check my evolution screen. I want to see what I've unlocked. Now, if you recall, when I advanced the generation, I did not lock this one in because I didn't have enough for those reinforcement points. I only had 6, and I chose not to handle this one. It says, once connected, it will be possible to drop an item while moving. And as you can see, it's still activated. I just have to reapply the points from this pool to relearn it. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to initiate some of these other ones first, because it takes a couple of points from the pool each time I do this, and I want to initiate them first before I start learning something else that I kind of think isn't really that important right now. I want to learn some of these things that seem to be leading toward the ability to walk on 2 legs all the time, to be bipedal. So I want to learn these. I don't know if I have enough points for this one. Yes, it went through. And so, as you see, I've used up the neuronal energy that I had accumulated, the XP. So now I need to get out of this screen, and I'm going to sleep till morning, as I said. And so the daily regime, it looks like I need some water. Oh, I've still got things in my hand that I need to deposit over here. Yellow flashes on the green circle in the center, lower center part of the screen. As long as it's flashing yellow while I'm drinking or eating, it means that I'm replenishing that green circle, which is the energy. And so as long as it continues flashing yellow, I need to continue drinking or continue eating. And when it's no longer flashing yellow, it means that I've had enough. I haven't seen any animals come up into our clan area here. This is the beginning. This is the the area that I started in when I first started the game. I haven't moved out of it yet. And I think because it was a starter area, maybe the game is designed so that I don't have to deal with predators coming in here yet. But I know that there's a way to take some of these dead branches, like the one I'm carrying, and you can build little barricades. And I haven't done that yet, so whether I need it or not in this starter area, I'm going to go ahead and build one. I think I'm just going to try it right here. So let me drop the stick there. I don't know how many of those dead branches I have to collect in one pile before I can build it into a barricade. I know when I built the sleeping beds, I think I had to bring I think it was 4 of the natal grass clusters. So let me pick one, switch hands, pick another one. Now I can carry 2 at a time now. I'll add that to the pile, switch hands, add that one to the pile. So I have 3 in that pile right now. I'm going to get 1 more and see if that gives me the option to build. Because I'm thinking that because I have not built one of these stick barricades up till this point, that I'll gain some XP from it and maybe unlock something. So E to start construction, and then okay, what happened here? Oh, I didn't hold it down long enough. That's what it was. And there I've discovered new construction discovery, a branch barrier. Building various construction, it never gives me time to finish reading it. I have to become a speed reader in this game. So there we have a little bit of a barricade, a fence right there. I guess if an animal was coming up here, they could still get in right here on this edge. I don't know how much space they need. What I was thinking is if I built another one over on this side, then I would basically have closed off this opening here to reduce it down to where I just have, I leave one space right here large enough for us to walk in and out. And I don't know if that would stop lions or tigers, whatever's creeping around out there in the jungle. I don't know if they would still come through that small space, or for all I know, they would just jump right over this thing. I actually do not know yet. Haven't got to that part of the game. Haven't discovered or experienced any of that yet. So I've been making the videos up to this point kind of long. I know, I think the 2nd or 3rd episode in this playlist is like almost 2 hours long, 1 hour and 50 minutes or something like that. So I'm going to cut this one off right here. I've built that little wood stick barricade. We advanced 1 generation, lost a bunch of elders, gained new elders, and I now have 6 babies. Let me lie down here on the bed, show you. I've got a handful of neurons locked in and unlocked and learning. I'm still working on this. What is this? Neuron initiated, Once connected, the range for detection of the source of an odor is increased. Form recognition. Once connected, the automatic identification of resources of the same nature close to the target will be possible. Once connected, it will be possible to ask a particular clan member to approach. Well, that was another one that I didn't lock in last time when I advanced the generation. These yellow ones, this one and this one and this one up here, these are the ones, every now and then I get a message in-game, a little help menu, help tooltip window pops up telling me that one of my babies has a spontaneous genetic mutation, and this is what they're talking about. It's a random event that happens basically through just through the RNG, the randomness of the game. You learn one of these things just because the baby was born with it, and it's like it says, it's spontaneous. And I have that one, which is improved physical fitness. This one is increased capacity to memorize olfactory information. So when I'm using my sense of smell to check things out, when I identify something in the distance, I can memorize the location and then go and check it out. And this one, it says the lineage will have the capacity to better metabolize nutrients from various food sources. This is something I was hoping to see pretty soon, because I'll be able to start eating some of those other items, like the mushrooms and the fish, that currently, right now, when I eat them, they give me bad stomach, food poisoning, or indigestion. It looks like this metabolism spontaneous mutation is going to lead toward, once I learn it, and once the baby grows up and it becomes active, I am assuming that it's going to lead out in this direction to where I will start becoming closer to being an omnivore, able to eat vegetable matter and meat and the insects and all that. But anyway, I'm rambling again. I apologize. I'm sorry. Get out of that screen. I'm going to sleep to save the game. There's the image, the grayed out image that appears when my ape is dreaming. I'll let that fade out. And it's now 9 o'clock, 21:13. It's 9 o'clock at night, raining. And at this point, I'm going to exit out of the game and save the video and upload it. Thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Tell others to come and watch it if you have other people that might gain any knowledge from watching my videos, or maybe some entertainment. Maybe they want to laugh at all the goofy things I'm doing and all the mistakes I'm making. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll close it out here, and I'll be back again in the next episode. Thank you, and goodbye. Have a good day.